Hi everybody, it's Catherine from In the Pink Designs. My project today is a little elf house treat box. It opens like this, and inside I have a whole bunch of candy, a bunch of Skittles. But this will fit a lot of different things. I give my kids it's like a Santa head bag at the top of their stocking. It's pretty big, so I'll probably put this in there with some candy, and I usually give them like marzipan and stuff like that in there, so this will go perfectly with some little things. I'm using the Naughty and Nice stamp set, which is an online exclusive, and this circle here goes with the 1 3/4 inch punch that we have, and this label goes with the labeled with love punch. Okay, unfortunately there isn't dies for the little things, but they're not really too hard to cut out, or you can just do the circle, punch it out, and add something around it instead. Okay, so what we need, first of all, this box measures 2 1/4 by 4 inch high by 2 1/4 on the sides too. All right, and that's my host code. Please put that in for any purchases under $150, not including your shipping and tax. I also wanted to mention that I have a few people that purchase from me that are no contact, so you just have to let me know if you want me to send you a thank you gift or not, because I don't want to do that anymore. I did it once and I'm not sure if I should have. So if you want the thank you gift for when you do a purchase, just let me know if you would like to have it. Okay, if you're no contact. Okay, we don't need that there for now. All right, so we need a piece of cherry cobbler cardstock that is 10 1/2 by 8 1/2, some basic white. Also from cherry cobbler, I use the 2 inch circle punch, and that is on the outside of our stamped background there. Okay, I'm using the Iconic Celebrations Designer Series paper. I'm using the Christmas plaid. We need 4 pieces that are 2 1/4 by 2 1/4, and 2 pieces that are 2 1/4 by 1 3/4. Okay, so let me get my Simply Scored. I hope everyone had a good weekend. I did. It was a nice weekend. Hot, but nice. Okay. First time in a while we haven't had to do anything, which is a great weekend. Okay. 10 1/2 side first, and score at 2 1/2, 5, 7 1/2, and 10. Turn it to the 8 1/2 inch side and score at 2, 4 1/2, and 6 1/2. Okay, now fold and burnish all your score lines. Okay, so how we're going to do this is we're going to have the 1/2 inch rectangle over here. On the bottom is squares that are 2 inches, and on the top there's squares that are 2 inches. There's actually 2 sets of squares that are 2 inches. The 2 1/2 inch high rectangle squares are right here. Okay, so just make sure that your 1/2 inch rectangle is over here. Right, and this is what we're going to be doing. Okay, so let's start over here. And I'm going to go to the first score line, cut it to the first score line, and then the next score line, cut it to the first score line, and then we're going to wedge this second rectangle. Okay, go to the next score line, cut it to the first score line, and then the next score line, cut it to the first score line, and wedge up into that 1/2 inch rectangle. And then we're going to wedge this rectangle here. Okay, now we're going to turn it so the 1/2 inch rectangle is over here. And we're going to go to the second score line, cut it to the first score line, and take off these 2 pieces here. And we're going to go to the next score line, cut it to the first score line, and then we're going to take these 2 rectangles off. Okay, and we want to wedge this 1/2 inch rectangle on the other side. Okay, so we wedged both sides of that. Okay, then turn it again so that the 1/2 inch rectangle is over here, and get a corner rounder and round the corners of the top flap. And that's what your cardstock should look like when you're done. All right, so now we need our tear and tape, and put it on what's left of the 1/2 inch rectangle next to the score line. Okay, and then I'm going to flip it over and put it together like that. Okay, because this is such a big box, I landed up with the seam in the front this time, but that's okay. So the front this time is going to have the seam. Just the way that the front flap is going, that is our front. All right, so we're going to put the sides down with some glue. And then we'll put the back. Let me put a little more glue on the back here. And then glue the front. All right, now to fold this part, what I'm going to do is fill it, and that helps the bottom stay nice and steady when you're pushing it in. I even have 2 more here to extra fill it. Okay, and we want it only to, this top part, only to bend till the score line. So I'm going to push it in and connect just this part right here. And if you see, because I put stuff in the bottom, this folded very nicely. Okay, so that's our box. All right, so we need our DSP. All 4 that are 2 1/4 by 2 1/4 go on these bottom pieces. And then the top pieces for the flap here and the back of the flap are 2 1/4 by 1 3/4, and you have to round the corner of this front one like that to match. And I'm just going to put them all on with liquid glue. Okay, and again, that is Iconic Celebrations DSP, which is another online exclusive. Okay, I need some 3/8 inch adhesive backed Velcro dots. You can get them at Amazon, and at Walmart has them too. All right, so I'm going to take one of the rougher ones. I'm going to put it on the top, and then I'm going to take one of the fuzzy ones and put the fuzz against the rough part. Okay, and then I'm just going to try to line this up nice and evenly so it's not crooked. There we go. Okay, and there's your box. All right, I'm just going to let that sit a little while, and we'll do our stamping. Okay, so we need our basic white. And first I'm going to use the Cherry Cobbler ink, and we're going to do like the candy cane border. Okay, and then I'm going to use Tuxedo Black ink for the elf hat and shoes, or it could be a Santa hat. Either way. And on this one, I made the hat Mossy Meadow, so I might switch that up to, I made the hat Cherry Cobbler. I might switch that up to Mossy Meadow on this one. Okay, now I need a 1 3/4 inch circle punch. Okay, and I'm going to fussy cut these. Alright, so first let's use light and dark cherry cobbler, and I'm going to put the feet. Now you can leave the feet together too if you just want to go along the bottom. And I'm going to put dark cherry cobbler, a line of it, right against the back side of his stockings, and then I'm going to do the rest with light cherry cobbler. Now you don't have to do this, it's really small. You can just color normal, just one color. Okay, and then I'm going to take on the hat, I'm going to take dark Mossy Meadow and just do a line above the fur, and then finish with, and up on the side here, and finish with light Mossy Meadow. Okay, and I'm going to take the dark Mossy Meadow and go on the bottom of the shoes, and then the rest with the light. And that's it for coloring. All right, now we need the Tuxedo Black ink again, and decide what part you want to be the top. And I'm going to do the sentiment from the North Pole elves. Try to fit that right in the middle. Great. Okay. Then I'm going to attach, now this is from the 2-inch circle punch. I'm just going to attach these together with liquid glue. That leaves a nice about 1/8 inch border all around the circle. Okay, and I'm going to take the hat. Now I'm wondering, no, I'm not going to do dimensionals because the feet are small. You could if you leave the feet together, it won't be so hard. But I'm just going to put the hat above the from. And then the shoes at the bottom under the elves. Okay. Now we need our box again. I'm going to open this up, and I'm using a 1/8 inch hole punch, but you can use whatever size you like. I'm going to try to get this to the middle, and I'm going to push it as far in as I can on each side. Okay. And then I'm going to take some sheer silver and white ribbon, and I'm going to put it through the holes. Now, if you want to just tie it around the box, you can, the lid here, but I feel it's much easier to do the bow when this is secure. Okay, and then I'm going to close my box and tie a bow. Much easier than having to struggle trying to keep the flap straight and all of that. So it's like right in the middle there. Very cute. Okay, I'm just going to trim these. Alrighty. And then we're going to put these on with dimensionals. I'm just going to pop this right in the middle. And for the final touch, I'm going to add one of the cherry cobbler and pearl berries. Now on this one, I don't know what, I think I'm just going to put it up here. On this one I put it on the edge, but the ribbon kind of covers it. So I'm going to put it over there. And that's it. Hope you have a great day, and I will see you next time. Please subscribe and hit the like button. Bye.